I like dinosaurs. Ever since I was a weird little homeschool kid, I have loved those big creatures. And as most kids who love dinosaurs, I fell in love with the Jurassic Park franchise. Hi, I'm Shawn, and I am 1/3 of the What the Bleep crew, and today I am going to rank the Jurassic franchise. As with any list, this is my opinion, and you are free to have a different list. And if you do, comment it below. Start a discussion, but please be civil, or the raptors might get out. So at number 7, I've got Jurassic World Dominion. This is the final movie of the Jurassic World trilogy, and boy oh boy, they sure made a movie. Bringing back the OG cast was cool. Having the setup of the dinos being free and off any specific island, that's cool. Sadly, what we got was bugs. Big ol' bugs. Sadly, this movie is just not interesting. Nothing is done with the premise, and nothing is added by having our original cast back. But hey, at least they all got to do the hand thing. All in all, this is not only the weakest of the franchise, but it's the only one that I feel is truly a bad film. Still, gotta love Therizinosaurus. Ooh, that's a mouthful. And those beautiful, beautiful claws. At number 6, Jurassic World. This is probably my first hot take on this list. I know many people hold this movie near the top of their rankings, and while I do see the positives, there just are enough negatives that keep it lower on my personal list. Still, this was a huge film that brought back the franchise. The island theme park dream has become a reality, and humans get to see dinosaurs. That's if you spare no expense. But people are tired of dinosaurs, so what does the corporation do? Well, they create an even deadlier monster, the Indominus Rex. I do really like the Indominus, and she is a good movie monster. It's just that a lot of this movie is boring, nonsensical, and a little cruel. Why, Colin? What did this woman do to deserve this? It makes for a good summer blockbuster, though. Not at the top of my list, but still enjoyable. And who doesn't enjoy Rexy and Blue teaming up to take down the Indominus? It's still so fucking cool. At number 5, I have Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. This movie might be the dumbest in the franchise, but I'll tell you, it sure isn't boring. Enter J.A. Bayona and his horror roots, and the movie really doesn't stop, even when it probably should. Nothing about this movie really makes sense, but also by leaning into that B-movie horror style, it at least tries something new for the franchise. The island is going boom thanks to a big old volcano, and the tough decision to save the dinos or let them die is made as a covert team goes to save them. This is where the movie shines. Both dinosaurs and humans are desperate as time is ticking away, and that leads to some legitimately tense moments. Still don't know why we needed to see her die, but sure, movie. Off the island, the movie does get worse, and a lot more disjointed, as it becomes this weird rich people auction and shiny new military dinosaur, the Indoraptor. The Indoraptor is cool, but also, how strong is this thing if it can't get through a fake tree? But it is still pretty cool as you watch it stalk through the house before finally being taken down. And then all those dinos are released, which I'm sure is setting up an awesome sequel. Oh, right. Personally, I would have kept the whole movie on the island that was close to being destroyed and not done the weird auction stuff. But hey, you gotta advertise those 5 minutes of Jeff Goldblum. At number 4, I have The Lost World. This is probably the movie I watched the most growing up. We had that VHS with like the cool T-Rex card in it, and I watched this movie all the time. It really is the definition of make your big scenes memorable so you kind of are distracted away from the rest. Shocker, there is a second island of dinosaurs, and shocker, new engine head wants to make another theme park? Well, quickly, send in Jeff Goldblum, Julianne Moore, and Vince Vaughn? With the animals fully loose, you get some great scenes of wonder, especially with the Stegosaurus. But the problem is, the characters are just the worst. Moore's Sarah is the worst dino person in this movie, constantly making things worse for everyone in the entire film. Vaughn being the guy to stop Engine's plan by destroying everything also doesn't help anyone and puts everyone in danger. And why does this guy care so much about snakes right now? Still, you get a lot of good dino chases with the T-Rex following the entire crew throughout the entire film. And as a kid, this scene was just the coolest. Don't go into the long grass!
Don't go into the long grass!
At number 3, I have Jurassic World Rebirth. You might be wondering, Shawn, why is Rebirth so high on your list? Well, I'll tell you. I like Spinosaurus. I like Spinosaurus a lot. And this movie teased me enough with my beautiful little stubby boy. But seriously, while this movie is full of problems, it gets the main thing right. It's entertaining. The humans still suck for the most part, but every time dinosaurs are on the screen, I was entertained. From my spiny boys and the mosasaurs taking down to the boat, to the majestic Titanosauruses and the awe that we feel again, to the T-Rex chasing the raft and the intensity of that scene, even the mutants, the Mutodon and the Destrosaurus Rex. I found entertainment in all the dinosaurs when they are on the screen. Just maybe don't worry too much about the humans. It brought back at least a sense of wonder and awe, even if a lot of times these dinosaurs are treated as monsters. And you know what? I had fun, so that's why it's higher on my list. Number 2, Jurassic Park 3. Story time. When I was a weird homeschool kid, there was a time when my science book was just this dinosaur book that I would write papers on. And one dinosaur stuck out in that book. It was one dinosaur that didn't have a complete fossil record because it had been destroyed during World War II. And there were just guesses on its size and its weight, its features, what it looked like. And they really weren't 100% sure. And it was just so interesting. And I would read that section over and over again, just wondering about this dinosaur and wondering what made it so cool to me. Well, then fast forward to 2001. I saw that dino on the screen. Yeah, it's the Spinosaurus. And he was beautiful. Look, this movie is messy. It had tons of scripts. They had to rework and work and try to figure it out. People didn't really like working on it. The director hated working on it. Nobody really liked working on this movie. So I understand if this is lower on your list. But for me, I just found awe in it. Bringing back Alan Grant and putting him in his nightmare just works. Having the Spinosaurus hunt them for the whole movie with the cell phone ringing in its tummy, as dumb as that is, it just made the movie's tension work. Seeing the T-Rex killed early in the movie is an image I will never get out of my head. The birdcage is still an incredibly tense scene. I know I'm in the minority, and I have this movie up high, and I think it deserves to be high. It also killed the franchise for nearly 15 years, so I understand why it is low on a lot of people's list. But seeing these dinos for the first time, just forever I will be that 14-year-old kid just excited to see dinosaurs. Number 1, Jurassic Park. Was there any doubt? I mean, listen to the qualifiers on every single one of these, where I say, well, despite this, or this is really dumb, or this, I like this despite its flaws, or, I couldn't overcome it. Well, there's just one movie in this franchise that's truly great. It's the original, Jurassic Park, full of wonder as we see majestic creatures, terror as we see them doing what they do to survive, and it treats every scene with importance. It gives us interesting, multi-layered characters, and it treats these animals as animals, not monsters. They're just there to trying to survive now that they've been brought to life. Its use of practical and CGI hold up in a way that is amazing for a 30-year-old film. You still believe dinosaurs are roaming this earth. It is a script full of memorable dialogue and conversations, many of which are still very important to this day as we talk about the dangers of science and money coming together. It's really not a hot take to say this movie is one of the greats, and it's beyond deserving to be at the top of this list. It truly is spectacular, and that's why it's my number 1. Thanks for watching and letting me talk about my love of dinos in this franchise. Let me know what your list is, and please subscribe to this channel. We try to do a lot of fun things. Thank you all, and we'll be back next time.